Guys, today kilisha skolong ne. Today ria skolong. Akere? Riang skolong. I want to teach you a little bit about networking and how to configure or how to cable your server cabinet. Akere? Server cabinet ke a cabinet like any other cabinet, but it is for networking purposes. So it is built to host all the network devices that are in your building, right? So the first thing you need to know is about the size of the cabinet, right? If you check this one, you will see that it's written 6U, right? It's written 6U right here. So what is 6U? 6U means that it can take 6 of the devices of this size, right? This device takes 1U. And how do you identify a 1U device? 1U device always occupies 3 screw holes in the cabinet. You see there's a lot of holes alongside here where you mount your devices, right? So 3 holes equals 1 U, right? So if it's 6U, it means it's 6 times 3 holes, right? So it means it can host 6 devices of 1U size. I hope it can make a sense. We're just gonna be quick because this video is just for people who are beginning in network area. If you know more than me, it's fine, you can skip, but I want to teach people who don't know anything about this, right? So the device you see I've circled here is called a patch panel, right? What is the role of the patch panel in the networking space? Patch panel is used to terminate cables that are coming from all over the building where there are network points. The devices that are connected there could be phones, it could be network wireless access points, it could be printers, it could be anything that uses network. It could be Internet of Things like sensors and stuff like that. So all those cables are going to end up in here, right? When they are pulled, first of all, they will be like this before they are terminated, right? There will be all these cables that you see here are coming from network points all over the building, the phones, the printers, like I said. Yeah, so you are going to terminate them behind this thing. I don't have a very good graphic to show you behind the thing, the patch panel, but all those cables are going to be cut nicely, and once they are cut nicely, they will end up behind this patch panel, right? And this patch panel, you see 1 up till 21 there, right? Usually it's up to 24. Yeah, it's 1 up to 24. It's a 24 port patch panel, right? So the reason why we don't just put plugs here like RJ45 plugs here and plug them straight into the switch is because we don't want these cables to be shaken around, to be bent and stuff, and then they get damaged, because the more you have the flexing in the cable, the more chances of them getting damaged. Okay, so to avoid that, we punch them down behind the patch panel so that they are always stable, they don't move around. Should the switch fail, we take out the switch, we install the new switch, and then we replace, or we can reuse the patch cables, right? So from here, once they are terminated, they're gonna look something like this. They're coming from the wall, they are terminated here, right? They are terminated behind the patch panel, right? So once they are terminated behind the patch panel like this, it means cables should now come from each port to each port on the switch, right? You're gonna take these cables that you see here that I'm drawing, they are called patch cables. We don't care much about those ones because if they get damaged, they're just small patch cables that can be easily replaced. So we can risk with these cables. It's fine, no problem. They are very cheap. You can buy them pre-terminated or you can terminate your own. So they are not going to cost us much. We're not going to be running around the building trying to figure out where the fault is. So once we can judge by these lights which port is not working, right? So after you terminate those cables and you plug them, you're going to end up with something like this. So this right here is called an Ethernet switch. This is where all the devices are identified, and this one of these cables will be going maybe to a router that will be located here. Maybe this router it's running a DHCP server inside. So the DHCP server, it's used to allocate IP addresses to each and every device on the network. So it will be allocating IP addresses to each of these cables and the devices that are connected. And if we just stretch it further, these are the SFPs, right? These are, in case you are using fiber, you can put an SFP module in there and get like a 10 gigabit internet or 2.5 gigabit internet or any speed like that, because mostly these ones are usually up to a gig per second, 1 gigabit per second. So remember, behind this there's terminated cables from all over the building, and then they come out as these cables. And to make the thing look nice, we add these things, we call them cable management, right? So the cables will go behind this and they will pop up underneath here into, usually we put something we call brush panel here, and then they will come here, and then these are what I was talking about. These are the patch cables that we don't mind damaging than the ones that are behind the patch panel. I hope you guys are clear. I hope I make sense, guys. This is just a quick class. Whoever learned something, sharp.